Hello, how's it going? I've been looking at everything you're doing on the DB and I love it. I love it so much. So, very good job there, everybody. Keep it up. I know some of you had some technical glitches with your videos, but it seems to be working itself out now. And now we get to talk about one of my very, very favorite subjects, and that's storytelling. I love this idea of storytelling and what it can do to you and what it does for your audience. And if you are looking at the screen right now, you might recognize this wonderful movie. This is a picture, a screen grab from The Wizard of Oz. OMG! This is my favorite movie. This is my very favorite movie. I've watched this movie many, 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 many times. I know all the words, I know all the songs. I've watched this movie countless times, over and over, all my life. And, there's just something about it. It just captures my imagination. And I don't know if it's because this young girl is also from Kansas, and I was once a young girl from Kansas. Deep down inside, I'm still a young girl from Kansas. I don't know if it's because it was magical for it to be in sepia tones, and then she opens the door after the tornado and it's in color. I don't know if it's that this young girl who's dreaming of another life, another world, a grand adventure actually gets to go on one. I don't know. There's just something about it. And I'm sure all of you can think of a story or a book or a movie or a family legend that your mother used to tell you that captured your imagination. You can imagine it. You can see it. Maybe there's a fantastic place you'd like to travel and you've never been there, but if I asked you to tell me about it, because it's something you desire, it's something you want, something you've dreamed about, you could tell me everything about it. That's the wondrous magic of storytelling. It transports people. It opens the door to dream about the possibility. And remember how I told you that every single speech tells a story? It's so true, at least the really good ones. So if you had to give a report to a group of people about the end of the fourth quarter sales report, at first you might think, what's so exciting about that? There's no story there. Until you start to think about what those numbers mean to the people in your office. For some of them, it means a promotion. It means a fantastic vacation. It means reaching a dream of being able to buy a home or a new car or sending their child to college. This stuff is big. It means a promotion. It means validation for their hard work, some acknowledgement of them and their accomplishments. That's big. That's human stuff. So something as dry as sales figures off of an Excel spreadsheet can really tell a story to people in the room. If you were going to relive for me or tell me or teach me about World War I, ultimately you're telling me a story about people and how the events that led up to World War I and the events that took us out of World War I and beyond affected millions of people, affected history. Well, that's a great story. It's big, it's dramatic. There's lots of details. We're going to go to Eastern Europe. We're going to go into another time period. Like, this is a story. And every speech offers you the opportunity to allow your audience to glimpse another life or experience a new thing or learn something that can affect them. And that's why I keep stressing to you to go onto the DB and interact with your classroom families for the special occasion speech. Because the more you can come up with these stories, these tales of this family that you're in for the purposes of our assignment, the more that that family will come to life in your imagination. And when you get up to tell the speech, you'll be relaying a story that's vivid in your mind. Not only does it make it more interesting for the audience, but it makes it more interesting for you. If I ask you to tell me a story about your family, and you told me about a great vacation you took or a troubled time in your family's history, or if you talked about the success of someone in your family, you would be filled with pride. You would have the picture of who they are in your mind. You would know how you felt about this successful story. and you would be able to relay it without looking at a single note or worrying about a single word. So the more you can do that, the easier it is to learn these speeches and to tell us the story of your friend or your cousin or your niece or nephew that you're getting married. Now, I posted an infographic on the Facebook page about what storytelling actually does to your brain. And it's magical. It's amazing what stories do to your brain. And you're going to get up all semester and you're going to alter the brains of your audience. You, as a storyteller, are going to do that. That's how impactful speeches are, and telling stories that affect people's lives. Even if I was going to give you a persuasive speech and I was going to try to persuade you to vote or persuade you to register to vote, the story of that vote and how it could impact your life could be monumental. I mean, think about this election year. The story of getting out the vote this year is moving. It's historical. It's going to change the trajectory of an entire country and the people that live in it. That's powerful stuff. So, okay, we're telling a quote unquote made up story about a fictitious family. But if you mix it in with some real stuff from real people that you know, and you get to know our brides really well, and you start to create these stories together, this assignment will really come to life. So go on to the DB with your families, start to talk about who you are to each other, talk about some stories, make some up. You have all the leeway in the world to make up whatever story you want. Then you're going to start writing it, turning it into a speech. You can workshop it on the wedding workshop page, the DB. We're all going to talk about it, help each other out, and start putting this story into speech form. And then you'll get it ready, and we'll have a rough draft next Wednesday, and then we'll do the final draft, and I'll teach you how to memorize. And then you'll get up and you'll tell a story that you really know. You'll tell a story that you really know. So much easier than telling a story you have no clue about. So write a story about this couple and who they are to you and your families, and then get up and tell the story. And you'll get to tell it to a group of people that you know because you spent some time building connections with them on the DB and speaking to them, working these stories out, and they will be amazing. You will be shocked how fun this assignment is. So go jump in, have some fun, try it on for size. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're workshopping. This is where we work out the kinks. So jump on Canvas, go to our course module, go to the DBs, get going. Write some ideas you have on the workshop DB, and let's get started. This will be so fun. You'll see. And watch The Wizard of Oz. If you've never watched it, go watch this movie. It's amazing. And if you've watched it, watch it again. All right, it feels so good. All right, have a great night, everybody. Good work this week. Keep it up, keep going, and have a wonderful weekend. All right, bye.